Diane de Prima gave us a gift decades ago in her poem Rant. And the refrain of this poem is this: the only war that matters is the war against the imagination. All other wars are subsumed in it. And the story that we are going to be looking at inside the Dreamfruit Lunar Tales for this month helps us remember the power of the imagination in creating a world that is flourishing, a world that we want to live inside, and how we reclaim our extraordinary powers of imagination is absolutely the question of our time. So yes, my name's Elizabeth Russell. I am your joyful guide through the world of Dreamfruit, which is a weird and wonderful world designed to enliven your creative response to the changes and challenges of the time that we are in. All of the stories that we tell inside the Lunar Tales are held inside the frame story of this. The living earth has been imperiled, and our creative nature is rising up. We know the world is in a difficult time right now. We're dealing with incredible levels of chaos, climate breakdown, extreme weather, and the endangerment of life itself. I don't need to go into the details on all of the things that are happening in our world, but yes, we know that we are in a perilous moment. But there's this beautiful and our creative nature is rising up. And this is a time when we are finding our own inner compass to be exquisitely attuned and trained toward a flourishing world. This is when we each conjure, to the best of our ability, our moral imagination, our courage, and our clarity around the values and visions that we most want to feed. So, the living earth has been imperiled and our creative nature is rising up. And inside that frame story, we have been telling moon by moon these lunar tales. We are just coming out of the fourth lunar month of the year in which we were exploring seership. This was in the story. It was a time when we were inside the visioning caves, and the caves had these stalactites of quartz hanging down and all different sizes, and they were being struck and vibrating the whole area that we were in, and our very bones were vibrating with this incredible humming cave. And it was a time last month was a time of really sustaining the gaze, taking the time we need to really see the patterns beneath the patterns, to see the underlying patterns. And this, of course, looks a lot of different ways. We're telling a lunar tale, so this can feel like our own emotional journey. It can also feel like it's something that we're doing on the global or collective level through our emotions, through our sense of things, our intuition. So there's a lot of ways that these tales can express for us, but the themes are quite universal. And so we're very happy to be exploring them together and exploring them in a way that activates this very creative, intuitive kind of thinking. And that is why we deal with dream logic, these strange little images that pop up month by month, moon by moon. So coming out of the seership moon, now we're in a position perhaps to be informed by the patterns that underlie our situation or this collective moment. Leaning into and beginning the time of imagination. The imagination moon begins on April 27th and ends on May 25th, with a full moon on May 12th. So this is the period of time we're dealing with this imagination theme. And the invitation really this month is to act boldly despite the evidence There are no guarantees, of course, but we have come out of this visioning cave in the story, and now we are blessed with an image or a vision, something that is ours to engage, to express in the world. And we don't have a promise that what is ours to do or express or create will work, but we do it anyway because it is ours to do. So, having said that, let's just take a moment and dive into this sort of lunar consciousness where we can sense the images that are at play in this moment and consider how they might be alive for you, how they might inform your choices in this fifth month, the month of imagination. And in the dream of the imagination moon, we wake near the mouth of the cave with a new treasure glowing in our hearts. It is a strange and whimsical vision of equal parts flower and stone, bubbling stream and wandering cloud. Will it work? Will this vision work? Who cares? We are taking utter delight in imagining this invention into being until finally it is ready to serve its magical purpose. Overhead and beneath our feet, the calls of soil and sky give lift, light, and motion to our creation. And is this a vessel of wonder? And shall we see where it takes us? Yes. Shared vision creates a rare boon. Act boldly despite the evidence. When we enter a story like this, it's always an opportunity to notice what stands out for you, what questions come up, feelings, images, what moments stay with you. How do you hear the story? So we see, of course, that we are waking up near the mouth of these caves. We have been in this almost like a light trance, attuning to this deeper level of pattern. And now we're waking from that, but we're bringing something back with us, something, a treasure glowing in our hearts. And this is a strange and whimsical vision. It's strange and whimsical. It's not serious. It's not heavy. It's something that we don't really understand, but that has enough delight in it that we want to feed it. So it is equal parts flower and stone, bubbling stream, wandering cloud. It is comprised of these elements of life. And we don't know. Will it work? We don't know. And yet, we take complete delight in imagining this invention into being until finally it's ready to serve its magical purpose. But this is the part that I think is really important to consider. It doesn't just kick off from there. Okay, we've crafted this invention or this creation. It's ready to fulfill its magical purpose. But it takes one more ingredient in order to move forward. Overhead and beneath our feet, the calls of soil and sky give lift, light, and motion to our creation. It takes the spark of co-arising with our world for this creation to really take motion, to take flight. And yes, it's a vessel of wonder. And yes, it is a mystery where it will take us. Shall we see? This is a journey of surprise, of mystery, of curiosity, of whimsy. I mean, isn't that what imagination brings for all of us? Aren't those some of the key ingredients in the human imagination? Yeah. Yeah. And so this last line that I think is so important, shared vision creates a rare boon. And this is a time of chaos in our world, specifically in the United States. This is a time of uncertainty. This is a time of kind of splintered perceptions of reality. So a shared vision doesn't come easily. But when we're able to really, really get ourselves sort of in a constellation of direction, get a mutual and collective compass set, we're able to create something wondrous. We don't totally know what the outcome will be from this, but we know that it's ours to do, and that whatever it creates and however it arises for us, we will have been delighted in the creation of it. Act boldly despite the evidence. Our teacher, Joanna Macy, from the Work That Reconnects, is so helpful in reminding us that we really don't act because we have a promise of a result. We act because we're in love, and we are in love with our world. And this is what becomes the fuel, the motivator, the spark that keeps us going as we respond to the changes and challenges of our time. Be audacious, aspire. Each of us has a very particular assignment. We are endowed with a singular place inside the web of life that nobody else can really fulfill or express. It's ours and ours alone. We must act with audacity to fulfill that purpose, whether it's entering into a period of deep rest and renewal, whether it's tending to our beloveds or creating a vision for others to follow or feed with their efforts. Whatever it is that is ours and ours alone to do, this is the time to really inject that vision with intent, with effort. Faith and ingenuity win the day. This is clearly a time to bring these energies into play, but realizing that the faith piece is very important. It's true that we don't know the outcome of our efforts. We can't, as we're doing, we can't be sure how our efforts will be received. And especially right now, it's a little bit of a tricky time. The sense of gaining traction might not be immediate. We know perhaps the direction, but we might not know how and when that traction catches, especially after coming off of these massive retrogrades that we've been in for months and months. We have been kind of noticing the momentum beginning to gain a little bit. Probably around mid-April, you could see that things were starting to gain some steam. And so there is movement now, but we're not really at full velocity just yet, which is totally fine. It gives us time to really craft and feed what is ours to feed, and also to invite soil and stone to give light, lift, and motion to what it is we're creating. What I mean by that is it gives us time to enter into collaboration with life, not simply acting from our own detached sense of self, but remembering that we are acting in harmony wherever possible, acting in harmony with the living earth. That's the absolute task of our time, is to remember how to collaborate with soil and sky and flower and stream and wandering cloud. And the prompt for this time is, what unusual project is yours to complete? And what conditions are necessary for your vision to take shape? What will give it traction? Do you know? You might not have control over that, but just knowing what fuel this vision runs on will get you a long way. Really, we want to just remember, as I began, we're remembering how vital and sacred the human imagination really is. at a time when it might feel like our imagination has been captured or caught by someone else's very bad dream. And so we are strengthening our ability to dream something better. And this is the month to do it. I am wishing you well. I'm wishing us all well as we go forward into this beautiful month of imagination and co-arising. Thank you for sharing this adventure. If you want to learn more and get your own copy of the Dreamfruit Lunar Tales, you certainly can do that on my website, dreamfruit.world. And if you're curious about what happens next month after we have given our experiment or our invention a little test flight, you can tune in on May 26th for our next thrilling adventure in the Lunar Tales journey. Thank you so much.